You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Wow, that went everywhere.
I don't introduce these segments, you do, so I will talk about how lovely the man cave this is this
Apple
evening.
or lemon?
We have a guest who brought snacks. We've had big shout out to Ryan Becken a couple of segments ago, guest who brought beer. We are not requiring that, but we love it when guests bring nosh and beverages. We had a peanut butter stout that we tried. We're not going to say the name of the company because sponsor us, please. Are you ready to introduce the show, brother? Wait, he's still chewing. You should get like 25, 30 bites so that, you can digest your food to the highest possible degree.
No, I'm right. All right.
If there's one thing you learn from this podcast is that you should chew your food.
Chew your food. Go to the dentist. Floss your teeth. Protect your
There's
library.
Something else too.
Sorry.
All right. Go to protect your library.
Protect your library.
Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
And we're here with Travis Olson. He's a writer. Nice. And we're going to be diving into the spoilers segment of psychotherapy.
You're supposed to say he's a writer.
I did say that.
Oh, well, okay. Because this is Psychotherapy, the shallow tale of a writer who decided to write about a serial killer. It's the whole title of the movie.
Which he doesn't even decide to do that. He goes back to that 10,000 BC story. I'm so angry at this movie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's our strong point is that we don't see him completing. Travis, where would you like to start the debate in terms of... we're not a review show, but I think this is going to turn into a review because we all agreed off mic earlier. Why isn't he a gun? Sorry, I don't want to throw you off.
I mean, well, we can jump there. Here's my discrepancies I got is like Steve Buscemi. Let's just go Steve Buscemi first. Love Steve Buscemi. When he introduces himself as a serial killer, and then throughout the movie, they do not. They just casually are like, we should never talk about how I'm a serial killer. Or how I do stuff. And it's like, he never makes me think that he's actually a serial killer, to me. Okay. And it's like, the writer never writes, and the serial killer never kills.
Serial kills.
Well, on a technical level, he's retired. So he wouldn't do the killing, right? He's going to show him how I did it. Not the actual killing, but the stalking part.
I see someone at a diner, and then I see them later at a bar, and there they tell me they're a serial killer. I'm calling the police, okay? That is, I typically wouldn't call the fuzz, but that's where you call them, is when it's one of those freaky weirdos who's like, I'm a serial killer.
The character in this movie, he's going through a marital divorce, so he's probably desperate. He wants something to write about. A serial killer comes to him twice. She's not going to let this go.
His wife has proposed divorce. He doesn't know for sure that he wants to win back their relationship by doing something exciting.
But she's decisive. She makes all the decisions. So they're getting a divorce.
That is a good argument against what I said.
I don't think, because she
backtracks
almost immediately. Because she says, wait, you brought this marriage counselor in the middle of the night? Oh, I didn't think you were serious. Okay, sure, let's try this.
At the same time, she also says in that statement, listen, you took the initiative. Not that any of that's going to matter, but let's just go for it anyway. So she's already said that, nope, it's not going to happen.
She just changed her course of behavior. You've convinced me on my own side.
Yeah, she changes, almost immediately, because sure, he's taking initiative, but if you're headstrong, if you're going to die on the hill, I don't think you're going to, no matter what your partner does, he's not going to change your stance. You're going to die on the hill. I'm going to get a goddamn divorce, no matter what you do.
Did you say goddamn divorce?
Yeah, goddamn divorce.
Why do you think Steve Buscemi wanted him to write a book about him as a serial killer? Just because he's a narcissist, or?
We just never know. We'll never understand why Colmick is so important. Because there's so many people that Colmick. My name is Colmick. Mr. Colmick. No.
Just
Colmick. I never know what Steve Buscemi's doing.
He's being still, and he has the grace and confidence of a retired serial killer. That's what he's doing.
But does he? He carries around a sack with a taxidermied cat with a rubber arm.
Because he was sad about the cat getting run over by somebody.
I mean, you don't make any money being a serial killer. That's why he's living in a hotel in Chinatown, right?
How is he paying for that hotel?
I don't know.
He's probably stolen money from people that he's serial killed.
Murdered.
But you would,
Maybe that's why he wants someone to write a book about him. He get some part of deal with that, right?
I think the greatest serial killers have been like nurses in like the 30s or 40s who like
Uh-huh.
they went and gone, oh no, they like, let a bunch of these people die on purpose. I don't know if like an actual serial killer like this. Like, how do we think he killed people?
No idea, because we don't know how he does it. He never says anything.
Like
Yeah.
that
You gotta
right
argue
there,
for something here because
That's
that
why it's
right
called
there
the
makes me
shallow tale.
so angry.
Very shallow.
I think he kills people with guns. Okay, see, you guys can be jelly or whatever. He kills with a gun because he asks for a gun from the Albanian. So that means he usually kills with a gun, and then he just gets rid of the gun, and then he goes back to someone like the Albanian to get guns. That's my argument for why he's a gun serial killer. That's
No.
probably not how most serial killers would do it.
Well, no, he got tired of doing that, so he retired.
Do we even know how long he's been operating?
No,
Because he doesn't
you,
say, right?
like
Yeah.
you get zero information, and
I think a lot was cut out.
that's what I like. Like it's an hour and 43 minutes, and they took long sequences
Mm.
that felt like they should have been shorter. Because like their sessions tighten that up. Because you're taking a long time, and then we're rushing at the end.
There were a lot of two shots that
Yeah.
I thought were intentionally that to have us find authenticity in the staleness in their marriage or something. Also, the beginning was funnier than the back half. Although I did find the back half to be funny when they kidnapped the agent who is kind of a dick to John Magaro's character. What was his name? Keen?
Yeah, Keen.
Keen,
Yeah.
yeah.
Keane. I didn't like
Yeah, like the band.
Yes, like the band Keen. Could you sing one of their songs, brother?
Somewhere I don't remember the title. No, I'm now drawing a blank, trying to remember the song.
See, that would be a debate tactic, and this is a bait show.
To throw me off.
To ask questions of the other side to, throw them off. Like, oh, well, have you been? Sorry. Can I explain?
What's that?
I'm not
What
going
do
to
you
tell
mean?
you.
What is that?
When you find out, you're going to be mad at me. So,
Somewhere only we know.
Yeah, somewhere only we know.
somewhere only we know. Yeah, okay. I know
Yeah.
that song.
Are you the lead singer?
I am the lead singer of Keen. This is how you find out. My name is actually Kyle Keen.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the real exclusive. You picked the movie, and Travis, this is not an accusation, and I'm not looking at you directly as to not be too forthright with my stare.
Wow, you're taking that real personal.
I'm taking the note and trying to
Improve on it.
improve. Where did you lose the movie? I'll try to bait you why it should have been later. You wrote it down. You brought notes. You're one of the good guests.
Where they lose the movie is like it's just the timing for me, I think. Is like, took us 33 minutes to get to the first session.
I like that.
It was 46 minutes to get to the second session.
That's the we're reaching the midpoint.
Yeah, and then, so it's psychotherapy. So it's the sessions upon the sessions. But like we have so much, these sessions kind of take so long that the stuff in between, because then it's just, the sessions take too long. And then once you get to the second session, you have already activated the Albanian sequence. And then everything just kind of from there. So it's just the sessions, I feel like they needed to be shorter, more succinct, so that the other stuff could kind of, there's a real pacing problem.
I think the sessions were the most interesting parts of the movie.
So then you would say you'd want another session though, right?
Yeah, because we don't know that much about him as a serial killer, but he makes a lot of good points as a fake marriage counselor. He has a lot of metaphors for what he does. The dead cat, dead and stuff. This is how your marriage is. The cat used to be free, but now you're too worried about taking care of your cat. That makes sense. A marriage should be like a balance of not feeling like you have to take care of your partner. You're, responsible. You have to feed this damn cat that you didn't really want, and suddenly, you're kind of happy this marriage is dying.
What if it's a cool cat?
It's a cool cat.
I'm a cool cat. Sorry. It was just really funny to me when you were going off about, here's how a marriage should be.
No, because I think that he made great analogies, even though he's a serial killer. I think that was pretty good.
In the non-spoiler segment, Travis made the proposition that this movie is like a pitch. It still needs a good drafting process to make it more polished. Like clearly because we don't know the thing with the gun. I also think it's a tone question of how much do you want to lean into the marriage sessions, because there's like other marriage movies that come to mind, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and like how we only see the therapy sessions at the beginning and end of that movie.
Yeah.
You wrote
that
Mr.
down?
and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Wow,
all
your
right.
notes are very small, and
I didn't want there could have been more, but I didn't want to just rip into it.
I mean, good. That's all right.
hit something we haven't hit on your notes. 'Cause now I'm very curious.
I mean, you guys want to just jump into the damn
Every
Albanians?
note.
Yeah.
Okay, here, Albanians. How did they get them out of the bathroom?
Without them seeing.
How did they get him out of the bathroom? They made a big show of the goddamn llama and the guy, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then Stoneface, who's sitting in that booth waiting for his boss to come back. But, oh, hey, John, Steve, Keen, Colmick, please come to the bathroom. Have a long amount of time go by. That bathroom window, it's got chains on it. When you see them walk, that made me so angry. When they're walking,
Maybe the llama was distracting them.
they're carrying a body. And all the windows in that alleyway, they all have the chains on them. So how'd they get them out? What did they cut out of this movie?
Like they clearly cut things out of this movie, or like just had complete lapses in logic. That you're right. How did they get out of the bathroom after he crotch chloroforms him? I didn't understand why he had chloroform in his pocket. Like, we're gonna get a gun, but we're also gonna have chloroform.
I think they weren't planning on paying for the gun. I think they were gonna chloroform.
No. The
Albanian,
chloroform
right?
was for the agent.
Then why did they need a gun?
Exactly.
To intimidate him after they
The
chloroformed him?
Oh,
Maybe, but why the Albanian? Was it just the Albanian so that they can make the Slovenia joke? I just have that entire sequence just
The comedy of the first half hour mixed with there's the ridiculous decision of this guy hanging out with a serial killer. I guess I saw it as his narcissism. Like, oh, it's a fan, is what he tells his wife. It's not a fan. It's a creepy person that killed people.
no, he says it's a marriage counselor.
Well, no.
Wait, when did he say he's a fan?
By the way, she's not stupid. So when they literally go marriage counselor, she's not stupid. She is not gonna fall for that.
I mean, she's kind of stupid because she's thinking that she is.
How dare you, sir?
She thinks that
On
her
behalf of
husband
all womankind,
her husband is trying to kill her. She thinks that because of the toxicology book, and the wine is poisoned or the steak is poisoned, so she doesn't eat it. But then it turns out at the end, she's been trying to kill him this whole time. So, I mean, is she gonna...
S-word?
Stupid? Yeah.
Well, older Farxling has corrected me every time and said S-word.
S-word.
You don't say S-word.
S-word?
Yeah. She is not rational because she has tried to kill her partner instead of leaving the relationship, which is something you see and we've talked about before. It's in movies predominantly. Oh, I want out of this relationship. I know, I'll just get my partner killed.
Yeah, because murder is a lot better than divorce, apparently.
I do gotta say, the first 20 minutes I did enjoy. Like that red light scene, I did enjoy that.
Yeah, where she's testing him by going, hey, I'll say it's a green light to see if you go. And honestly, I was on her side for that. Of
Why?
Because it's not an excuse to say I wasn't looking. When you're driving, no, that's it's on him if he makes a dumb error like that. If she says something wrong, he's not going to be able to say, well, my wife said it was green.
Yeah, but God forbid someone trusts their partner, don't you think?
God forbid he hits somebody because he wasn't looking.
Kill somebody.
And I trust the guy looking more than I trust the perfect communication of two people.
Well, I don't know, are they perfect for each other? Because they seem kind of they don't communicate well. They kind of...
Do they stay together after this? That's
Yeah,
a
I
debate
think
topic
so.
that we can
I
use
think
all the
they do.
spoilers for. Do you think they stay together after this, Travis?
No.
Oh, why not?
She's just gotta kill him.
Do you think she kills him after this?
She got a taste for it.
Because she killed.
And he's okay, first of all, you're weak, John. You're weak, man. You're gonna be the first one to start squealing.
Keen?
Yeah.
Oh, but
Sorry.
you were talking as her.
Yes.
You're weak, John.
Keen,
You'll start
Keen's gotta go.
You're weak, Keen. You'll start squealing. So we got Do you think she just poisons him slowly over time, though?
I mean, I feel like
Could be another red light.
effort isn't needed with Keen. It's
Yeah.
just like a nudge down the stairs.
Or just tell him to walk into traffic. He'd probably do that.
No, you can't walk him into traffic.
Yeah, but I mean, if Shirei thinks whatever I tell you to do, you're going to do it anyways.
Instead of debating that they'll stay together, I'll debate better ways to kill Keen. Oh, I was on a New York subway not long ago, and there are parts that have gotten way worse, let me tell you. So you just, maybe you're out and you need him either attacked, by going out late at night, or to a bad Port Authority. That's not gonna
Push
work.
him when the
Because
trains come.
you could see that there's cameras everywhere. That would get caught. But
I don't know
maybe
if she's
she could
afraid
get
of
him
getting
to
caught.
what?
I don't know if she's afraid of getting caught.
I think she doesn't want to get caught. She has a good life. Because the house is in her name. She could, though, maybe asynchronously move out of the way of something and use his trust to get him to like step somewhere wrong. Travis?
I think we're overthinking it. I think she just goes, Colmick, I think I could write this book better than him. Prove to me that you're a killer.
Yeah, shoots him.
So you think she gets Colmick, who has not committed any serial killings in the movie, except when he shoots the Albanian. But that's like a crime of passion.
She did.
Oh, that's right. She shoots.
Yeah, she does it.
She's done all the work. She has done all the work in this relationship. She makes all the decisions. This is Britt's movie. Sorry, Susie.
Yes.
This is Susie's movie.
Kills the Albanian.
Oh, I thought it was someone else who gets shot.
So was it supposed to be like homophobically funny when he gets on his face and
No, I think
because
it's
the
just
chloroform fell in his pocket?
It was just hapless idiot.
Yeah.
Silly hapless idiot.
I couldn't hurt a fly, but look, I can.
Crawling it like that was ridiculous physical comedy, and I don't know that there was a lot of other ridiculous physical comedy.
I think that was just the only one.
This movie is worthy of being watched on a streaming platform. I would not argue for it. And like, it's almost worth watching because you can't believe that. Wait, they just like skipped explaining that? You can do that? I guess if Steve Buscemi is producing the movie, yeah, you can.
Just love Steve.
Well,
Just love Steve, and I want to know what they said we don't need.
Have you seen the pilot of The Studio with Seth Rogen, where they make, and this is basically giving the plot of the pilot of The Studio away. So they get a request to do a Kool-Aid movie from Kool-Aid, and the board wants them to do that. Martin Scorsese wants to do a Jonestown movie and put Steve Buscemi in it. And Catherine Hahn, who plays the head of marketing, is like, I love Steve Buscemi. If he were here, I'd fuck his face right now. But he's not sell tickets. We can't make $100 million Jonestown movie. Jonestown's the one where they drink the Kool-Aid to kill each other.
Yeah.
So theoretically, they're making, I won't say how the episode turns out, but the dilemma is, which movie will they make? The brand IP, hey, we want Barbie, but really we want Super Mario Brothers, Kool-Aid, or Jonestown, but they call it Kool-Aid.
Is that the whole season?
It is not. The show is more episodic. Episode 5, I think it is, parodies Chinatown, except they never address how gross Chinatown is.
Yeah, right.
Wait, neither of you have seen Chinatown?
Nope.
Oh, fuck you both for not having seen it. It's about, they figure out that they're, the guy who's stealing the water is fucking his daughter. And
in the water?
No, not in the water. Just like Faye Dunaway, I think is the lady who comes to Jack Nicholson in the movie. And she's like, it's her daughter that her ex-husband is banging, and he's the one stealing the water or something like that is what they figure out. Because it's like, not only are they like fucking over the future by stealing the water for capitalist reasons, he's literally fucking his daughter. The bad guy's literally boning his daughter, this woman you've seen him with the entire movie. It's kind of like Game of Thrones in that way.
And then they get confused because there's two Jakes.
Oh,
that's a 1990 movie.
Huh.
The sequel. I never saw
There's
it.
a sequel to it? What's it called?
Two Jakes.
Not Chinatown 2.
Chinatowner.
Chinatowner?
Two China, two town.
Yeah. Two China, two Jakes. I mean, it was
Two
right
Jakes.
there. Yeah.
I don't remember. Do you know why it's called Two Jakes?
No, I knew it was a sequel. So
Google that.
I was trying to get there first.
Dear listener, you did get there first. Where have you developed? Do you play video games?
No.
Oh.
Yes, sometimes I play Call of Duty. Sometimes I play Fortnite, but not as much as I'd like to. And I never got past the goddamn tutorials in Cyberpunk. And that makes me so mad.
Wait, you have to beat the tutorials in
How do you
Cyberpunk?
not
I
get
just never
past
got,
it?
like,
Oh.
I got to the first mission where you're supposed to save the girl in the thing or whatever. And for some reason, I was just getting lit up.
Okay.
But I think I just have to play it on easy because I think I was playing it on regular. I'm of an age where I'm of an age where Super Mario Brothers 3 was just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
I don't play
Side-scrolling.
Super Mario
simple
that much,
controller.
but yeah, I'm a fan of platformers.
2D or 3D?
Either or. I don't play a lot of Super Mario though. I
There's
don't
not
have
a lot. Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
Super Mario branded content? Games? What do they
Yeah.
call that? Is a game content now?
No, I don't know.
Because other thing they do is they just update the old game so it plays well on the new system.
Like a remake? Yeah.
Yeah, like with even the Super Mario games, and God bless them. I bought Sonic games for my niece and nephew to play on what'll be the Switch 1.
Nice.
Remember when we were all calling it the Switch 1 all this time?
No, who the hell was
past
calling it
decade.
Switch 1?
I've been calling it a Switch 1 this whole time.
Why?
Because there's a Switch 2 coming.
Yeah, but you didn't know that before Switch 2 was
That's
announced.
the joke, Kirk.
I know,
Comic
that's a
irony.
Terrible joke.
Comic irony. Wow, that was clean. Sorry, Travis.
It's
You
okay.
had a thought, and
No, I didn't. You caught me the one time I didn't have a thought.
I caught you the one. You've had more than 2 thoughts.
Yeah.
Damn it, I've had more than 2 thoughts. I am still very happy that I watched the movie. I own this movie, so I will watch it again sometime. I will watch it with Mrs. Farx in between her listening to the non-spoiler and spoiler. Can only breadwinning wives smart off like that?
Yes.
Can't believe that's a joke I wrote down while watching this movie.
I said that during our screening. It's like, yeah, the only way she can talk down to him that much is if she has, 1, the upper hand, and 2, she makes a lot more money than he does. Because he's a loser writer who hasn't written anything in 4 years.
No, he's been working on the thing for 4 years.
Working
But-
on it, yeah.
The thing, if you want to call him an idiot, is call him an idiot because he said that he was Mongolian. He said his grandma was Mongolian, and that's why he wrote that the Steps of the Butte.
Oh, something about Mongolia, yes.
Yeah.
And that's how he probably got the agent who he hasn't written
Yeah,
anything
he's
for.
an idiot.
What was making her cry, Susie, in the scene
Which
where she
part?
was chopping the onions?
Chopping onions. Onions make people cry.
Well, it could be that, or it could have been work, or it could be her like conflicted feelings over having thought about killing her spouse.
It was just the onions.
Yeah, it's just
You're
onions.
both
I
just
don't
going to
think-
argue
it's not
onions
that
even though I
deep.
thought of...
Well, I mean, you
But
could argue
the
that
knife
maybe...
was sharp. Because here's the thing: if you have a sharp knife, it hurts. Oh, I just ruined it. If you have a dull knife, you're going to get more tears. So if you have a sharp knife, you won't get tears.
Are you talking about tears?
No.
Tears, crying.
Is dull...
So it's a dull knife. That's why it had that good chunk.
Is she trying to kill her husband
Yes.
with the dull knife, or would she rather have a sharp knife?
No, dull. For him, dull.
Okay, but
Dull knife for a dull
you think
writer.
she'd enjoy the killing? See, that's why I didn't think he killed
Uh-huh.
with a gun initially, is because, serial killers, I think they like killing. That's why they do it. So you're saying she would kill him with a dull knife because it would take longer and hurt more for him. And if she's already going through the trouble of killing him, she wants it to cause him the most pain?
I will say no. No.
Okay.
Actually, no. The simplest thing for him is just get rid of him. It's not, I don't think it's an emotional connection. I think it's just like, you're boring.
Yeah, then why not go through the divorce? Wouldn't that have been easier just to, hey, we're getting a divorce, you're gone, you're
Well,
out of my life.
they were headed that way, but then he took
Family,
initiative
yeah.
and ruined everything like he always does.
Who do they think was going to read the book about a serial killer? Like, if a random book came up, I think you should just write a book.
What?
About
Everybody.
a theoretical
I
serial
heard,
killer and
I don't know
just
what
say
the
it's
number
real.
is, but there are plenty of women who like listening to true crime.
God, this is one of your best episodes
Yeah.
segments. Marriage.
Yeah, there are plenty of
Women.
women who listen to true crime podcasts. Obviously, I don't know, people like listening to true crime. They would read about it, don't you think?
The women
Uh-huh.
are all married to men. And
So
the
they
reason
fantasize about killing.
Yes!
Not all the women are married to all the men.
I'm just saying in this
Yeah,
in
this
his stereotype.
scenario, yeah. It's his stereotype?
Mrs. Farx does not like listening to true crime, just for the record.
Hey, you don't know that.
No, I'm
That
very
means-
aware of what it's home and garden, or, yeah.
And
home
that
stuff.
means love. That means nurturing.
Yeah.
Because gardens, if you nurture them, they don't die.
It's less gardening, it's more homes.
Homes need watering.
Home
Please
is where the
don't
heart
water your
is.
home.
Yeah.
If there's one thing you take away from this podcast, don't water your home.
Oh, that was clean. I just genuinely don't think you would kill your husband and not want him to feel the most amount of pain if you're, So you said sharp knife, he said dull knife. I'm falling on the side of dull knife.
No, I'm saying like there is no real. I guess if she likes the dull knife so that she could cry, I guess you could take that in a way that she would want a dull knife so she could kill him, right?
It's not to cry. It's
Oh, I thought.
so each time you stab into that rib cage, you're gonna get that ka-chunk,
okay.
ka-chunk.
Why do you know that?
Yeah. Well, he's a writer. Maybe he wrote
talk
about it.
More about that.
What?
What? I
You'll
didn't
have to
hear that.
invite me back for another time.
What have you had to cut meat before, or what? How do you know this? Are you a serial killer?
Yes. Call me Colmick, and I'll never explain my serial killing.
Yeah.
It makes me so angry.
Wow,
Wait, did you go to
exclusive.
medical school for a little while?
No,
Okay.
Wait, what?
How do you know the thing about knives?
Yeah, come
because
on.
I prefer knives to guns.
Oh, I think
For
that's definitely
what?
what a serial killer
Everything?
would say.
Okay.
For everything, I think knives are cool.
Do you own a bunch of knives?
Yes,
Like
I got a couple
katanas?
swords too.
You're a
Wow.
sword and knife guy.
Yeah,
We know some of those.
Do we?
but I gotta get rid of them because like once you have a certain amount, you're like, what do I need
Wait,
these
how
for?
many do you have?
Yeah.
I'm not hanging these on the wall.
How many do you have?
Hundreds or thousands?
No, it's just a couple. But it's like
All right.
got a stupid wireframe garbage can that I put foam in so that I could stack all the knives, stabbing them in, so that they had some sort of presentation.
Yeah.
But at the end, it's like, do you know how difficult it is to move that damn thing?
It's very heavy and it's
And
filled
it-
with knives.
And it swings because
yeah,
it's not
jeez.
steady. Sorry, I enjoy knives.
All right.
What a fascinating place to bring this. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Knives. Yeah, I know how it sounds going inside a person.
Well, you didn't say that. did
Well,
you?
I mean, that's what basically what you're saying.
I didn't say that. But I mean, well, you can just.
Read between the lines. That's what I'm
Man,
doing.
I hope this podcast ends up getting listened to a lot because of one of your scripts getting sold, and not because you're in the news for another reason.
I wouldn't get caught.
Ooh,
okay.
Humble brag.
Like Steve Buscemi.
I like Steve Buscemi, and I really wanted more.
Yeah, he's not in it that much, I feel like.
What?
Yeah, he's not in this movie that much, I don't think. He's not in this movie
He's
that much.
literally right here doing the whole presentation.
Yeah, but I feel like he doesn't have that much to do in the movie. Sure, he gives him a therapy session. He
Did you
shows
see
him.
Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Do you think Steve Buscemi's in that a lot?
No, he's not in that.
How
that
dare
much.
you, sir?
He's
You
not
just
in there that
ruined my
much.
part because he's like in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But like his entire sequence is
Yeah.
just so big, I thought.
Was it the beginning and then he gets killed toward the end? Is that what it is?
No, I mean, technically,
Spoiler.
he lives because
He
you don't
only
see
gets
him
away.
get killed.
Yeah, he
You
gets killed
hear
outside.
it.
Yeah.
Technically, you hear it, but he could have got away.
Oh, wait, to be fair, he's in the movie. He's in this movie, but he doesn't
He's the
talk a
supporting
lot.
character.
Yeah,
John
he doesn't talk a lot.
Mangiero.
He doesn't do a lot of stuff. Yeah, Keen is the main guy who pushes the plot forward.
I mean, he really doesn't. He's in
No, Britt, maybe Susie is.
Susie. Yeah.
Because Susie's the one who's like, oh,
Investigating.
I found these books and he's trying to kill me. Oh, I'm going to chase him. By the way,
Oh wow.
Go ahead.
sorry, I apologize. I'm about to start talking about, I'm just happily coming down my staircase to watch Keen and Colmick go drive off. I hope that a taxi is driving right up behind me so I can.
New York,
Yeah, it's New York.
I
It's
don't know.
busy.
I don't know New York, so
Brownstone area.
okay.
It's good fares.
Is that happen? I'm just saying. I don't know this. I
mean, it wouldn't be a movie if it doesn't line up perfectly, right?
I was parking spots. How about parking spots? Because they magically find a lot of good parking spots.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that is wild.
That's true.
Maybe it's because of where they are. I don't know. What should people look forward to in your interview segment? Because we didn't get to knives, but now we know that. We talk about the Chelsea script you wrote, and that's interesting, based on an episode of Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. What's something you'd like people to take away from the first segment we recorded, but were we subsequent to this?
That writing is fun. Exclusive. Yeah. No, just
You want me to wrap this? Okay.
Oh, that was the fuck with Kirk. I love that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great place to wrap it up, and we'll see you guys in our interview segment. Thank you for listening. For more on JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.